Good day to all my friends. This is Marcus from Metaphysics. Good evening to all of you. If you are in the Asia time. Alright, so who's around here? So pop in, say a hi, and while we wait for some of our friends to join in. So today we're going to talk about hexagram, okay, which originates, the subject matter comes from this topic called Yi Jing. Okay, so let's see who's around. Pop in, say a hi to me. Alright, let's see who do we have here. Okay, hi Jason. Nice day to you. And who else do we have? Come, we have Jason. So, and who else? Hello, everybody. Okay, if you're around, just pop in, say a hi. Let this be a very light chat. Okay, so yeah, for friends who are like totally don't know what is Yi Jing, today is probably a session that you would like to know more, to be able to understand more about Yi Jing. Okay, so okay, anybody here? Just pop in and say hi. I can't see. Is my screen frozen? No, huh? Somehow it's frozen here. So I don't know who. I can't see more people here. Okay, Wei Sheng. All right. That is it's working. Okay, good. So where should I start? I start by okay. All right. Who are first time seeing me here? Type 0. Who have seen me join in my class before? Join in my previous session before? Type 1. Okay. First time seeing me? Type 0. Not the first time. Type 1. Okay, so that I know, are you all like totally new into this, or like no, you are not totally new into this. I need to see the chat. I cannot see the chat. Okay, so okay, so hey, hi, we have Suho, we have Wei Shen. Who else Oh, Sai Khan, yes, Boon Kok. Okay, so again his Yi Jing Augustine. First, you type a 0. My God, I thought you have joined my class before. Okay, so Yi Jing has been around for thousands of years. So there must be a freaking reason why it is still so popular today. And it's just that a lot of people have been using Yi Jing, especially in the Chinese culture, now also towards the western side of the world. Since things are popular, a lot of people will input their own opinions. Apparently, it becomes a subject matter where it is used at every corners on many different cultures, beliefs, sectors, and different aspects of learnings. So one of the branch off from Yi Jing. Yi Jing is actually a topic where it says about the law of changes. When it says about the law of changes, it means literally everything. Because the whole worlds are governed by changes at every split second. Whether we see it, we don't see it, we like it, we don't like it. Yeah, even Einstein, right? He has said the only constant in this world are changes. So because of that fact, we have to deal with changes. As I've said to all my friends before, I'm going to say it again. In the past, people uses Yi Jing for survival, looking at the climate, looking at the seasons, understanding the nature, and then they decide what to do with the hunting, the harvesting, and also how to look after themselves, how to stock up for the food, how to prepare for rainy season, how to avoid flooding, how to have better planning. All these are survival in the ancient time where they are still wearing the cloth on during the primitive times thousands of years ago. And Yi Jing, the 8 trigrams are Qian Dui Li Zhen Xun Kan Gen Kun. They have been there talking, understanding Yi Jing, because to them understanding Yi Jing is understanding nature. Apparently it evolves into civilizations, into Chinese culture back then, and from binary they extrapolate into words like again the 前对离震 before that it's only yin and yang, only 3 lines, only talk about the wind, the water, the fire, the lake, the mountains kind of stuff. So it just evolved until it becomes so popular lor. Yeah lor. And nowadays people are still using Yi Jing to solve problems in their life, only a small fraction, a very small fraction of it was used for divination, that is the part that fascinates a lot of people. Are you all fascinated before by using Yi Jing to do divination? If yes, type a yes. See how many of you are fascinated by Yi Jing. Augustine. Karen has an auspicious start in her mobile number change. She just yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, we have many friends who uses Yi Jing for many different reasons. Okay. So if you have been fascinated by Yi Jing before, type a yes. I will type many yes. Okay, many yeses. Okay, because it is really amazing if you know how to understand it and live with it and use that as part of your guiding decision making ability in your life. Okay, there's a lot of times in our world, if we don't know something and we do it and we follow people to do it, that's called superstition. So you must test it out, learn it, test it out, then you know it, then you do it, then to you it is not superstitious anymore. Correct or not? Superstitious just means you don't know it and you still do it. Whether burns paper or do whatever, yeah, only when you know it and in your context you have proven to yourself it works, then it's no longer superstitious. Okay, so learn Yi Jing can actually bring you far in life. Okay, so today's topic I am going to talk about Yi Jing. Let me switch my screen. Alright, so these are all my topics which I've said in the past. Which are your favorite, by the way? Just let me know if what are your favorite topic. 八字 or Yi Jing or 奇门 or date selection or 紫微 or what else or any other. Just type your favorite topic so that I know. So in future, if there's a chance, I will just share more on that topic. Okay. So tell me what is your most favorite. Wow, Jason type flabbergasted. Augustine, yes. Ingawati, Wei Shen. Hi, Niren. Okay, nice to have you around. Hi, Tang. Nice to have you around. Okay. What is your favorite topic, by the way? Okay. Your favorite topic in the world of Chinese metaphysics. Date selection, 八字, Yi Jing, 奇门, 择日, 大六论, 紫微斗数, 风水, what else? So, Sai-Kan, you say you love them all. Augustine is Yi Jing. Yeah, Augustine, you mentioned before, right? I saw your message. You love your Yi Jing class more than the marketing class, right? Okay, Margaret loves 奇门遁甲. Okay. So, the way is like that. In a season where 奇门 has been well propagated and popular, everybody will love 奇门. Maybe 5 years down the road, everybody will talk about 大六论. And then 5 days, 2 years down the road, everybody will talk about date selection. It is always a seasonal thing that things get popular and then wow, everybody loves that. Okay, so yeah, now it's somehow there are a lot of 奇门craze in 奇門. 奇門 is one of the method not the all and all method. Okay, there are many different fruits around the world. Okay, so Gilbert, hey, hi Gilbert, hi, hey, Christina loves 紫微. I personally love Yi Jing and 紫微斗数. Okay, well, different people, different preferences. 紫微斗数 is so spot on. When you sometimes I got myself spooked when I look at the chart of people and read them through 紫微斗数. Okay, but 紫微斗数 you cannot plot without having their date and time of birth. Okay, you must have the time. So that's why 紫微斗数 is very powerful for friends who trying to figure out what is their time of birth of that day. So there are 12 different periods in a day. All the hours, 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥, all these 12 hours, 紫微斗数 can pin down which of the 12 are your actual birth hours based on matching with it. Okay, and it's superbly accurate. Also on health. Okay, come back. So today is on Yi Jing. And Yi Jing, a lot of times when friends they actually saw Yi Jing, or then they cast a gua, whether by cards, by chopstick, by matches, by leaves, by grain of rice, by timing, or by visual, or by sound. When they cast a gua, then they see funny gua that can be, by the word sounds bad. For example, like great exceeding, 大过, or like a corruption, 蛊卦, or疲, stagnation, or loss,损卦. Actually, it is just part and parcel of how you define it. Okay, how you define it. Okay, so now you see in Yi Jing itself, a gua, a gua, a gua means two trigram, one on top, one below, as in a hexagram. It has no good or bad meaning. Okay, it's like I put up there, literally in my post, and I'm going to say again so that you all anchor it the fact the gua itself has a story. That is it. Don't see a lost gua. You lost something. Of course, you lost money is a bad thing. You lost weight for a good reason. It's a good thing, correct or not? You lost happiness is a bad thing. You lost your worries. That's a good thing, It depends on what are being lost. Okay, so don't see a loss and you just freak out and same thing, okay. So everything has its natural cycle. So every single hexagram has its very meaning. Only when you take the Yao into consideration by a hexagram alone, then you can tell whether it's good or bad. Okay, and in ancient texts, they actually look at the trigram where there are 6 lines. Sorry, look at hexagram where there are 6 lines, and in a hexagram, each of the lines there are this thing called 单位, 不单位, which means are they in the rightful position for the Yao. The Yao can be yin or yang Yao. So when the Yao are in a rightful position or in not a rightful position, there comes the storytelling of favorable or not favorable. Okay, sometimes the first Yao will look at the 4th Yao, sometimes the second Yao will look at the 5th Yao, and the second Yao will also get the first Yao and the 3rd Yao, and they come up with stories. So in long story short, by a hexagram alone, it is just a hexagram. Only when you look at the Yao perspective, then you can tell whether it is favorable or not favorable. I say this, I've broken record already. So in my Facebook post, you actually saw my story, right? Yeah, my friend who want to launch a market launch, he saw a lost squad. Then I said, wait, what's the problem? Then, hey, Marcus, I saw a lost, I cast a lost squad. Where do you cast it from? Then he tell me, oh, he cast it from the cards. Oh, okay, then loss is bad, right? No. I said, not really. So that apparently I explained to him. It depends if you are giving out the right stuff, if you are giving out the right time, the right attention, the right time, and you're giving out the right discounts, which means the right pricing in the market of your products that you are launching, and you're also giving out the right time, the right amount of time to understand the feedbacks, the response from your clients. Those are the right stuff that you should be giving up to get a bright picture of what is next, so that you are in a better shape with higher probability to get what you want as a goal, in short, to be successful. So don't deem a hexagram good or bad until you see extra telltale sign. Okay, extra telltale sign. Timing hard. Ziwei and Yi Jing are my favorite. Same here. Okay, so I need to look at my iPad so to see your response, because I cannot see the response down here. Somehow it's like hang, is it? Okay. So let's carry on. So who are familiar with Yi Jing, the generics of Yi Jing type? Yes. Who are familiar with the generics of Yi Jing type? Yes. Like at least you know that there are this gentleman called Fu Xi. There are this gentleman called Zhou Wenwang, and there's this gentleman called Zhou Gong. Hey, by the way, do you know that Zhou Wenwang and Zhou Gong are 2 different persons? Type 1 if you are familiar with all these generics, okay? And there's also Kongzi, who actually add in the commentaries for the Yi Jing. These are good enough. If you're familiar, type a 0. If you're familiar, type a 1. If you're not familiar, type a 0, so that I can see the response and see whether are you all like totally no or majority of your yes. If majority yes, don't talk so much. Okay, hey, Bunkok Ingawati, or you're all from my class, you all should know. Okay, the rest, who are those who are maybe like Mel, maybe like Christina, maybe all these people who haven't, Margaret, who didn't join my class before. Hey, Lee Gyok also 0. Okay, okay. Long story short, okay, compendium summarized into 1 minute. In the past, Yi Jing, Fu Xi discovered the 8 trigrams because of he observed the nature. And thousands of years later, Zhou Wenwang, due to his circumstances of being locked in the jail, he invented from 8 to become 64 hexagram. Then he uses this to actually make useful for himself, and also part of it after meeting the right people, Jiang Taigong, together with his son Zhou Wenwang, they all worked together and overthrow the Shang dynasty, and they started the Zhou dynasty. And apparently the sons of Zhou Wenwang propagate and add in more meanings to the whole 64 hexagram, and they include the meaning in the Yao. And then many hundreds of years later, Confucius add in the commentaries that describe every single Yao, the image, the meaning, the good, the bad, the storytelling, so as to make it even more a full volume. And since Confucius, which is before BC, which is during the BC time, Confucius is during the BC time, until now 2000 plus years have passed. Many people put in some stuff. Apparently there's this compilation of Yi Jing, okay, and which you can slowly read, okay. Long story very short, okay. So in Yi Jing, it's a 64 hexagram. Generally there are 64, and it is compiled in such a way there are upper compilation and lower compilation. Upper compilation and lower compilation means upper the first half, lower the second half of the 64. So upper compilation got 30 hexagram, lower compilations got 34. Add together 30, 34 means 64 lor. And Yi Jing it was amazing. And with the 64 hexagram, 6 Yao, 64 times 6, that's going to be 384 different definitions of the Yao. 384. 64 times 6 okay. Yeah, correct, the math is correct. So apparently it becomes amazing, and Yi Jing also talks about this, the nature is very important. Okay, in the past they use Yi Jing for nature, okay, and not so much like now, use it for every damn thing. Okay, so in that context, they value a lot on the first and the second trigram, which is Qian and Kun first, and then trigram we talk about hexagram. The Qian and the Kun are very, very important. Okay, the Uncle Panda tell story. What Uncle Panda? Oh, Jason, see me. Oh no. Okay, so let's come back. Distracting, you. Okay, where am I? Oh, Qian and Kun. Okay, so the Qian and the Kun are very important. The Qian and the Kun very important because in the ancient context, everything starts from under the heaven, above the earth, which is in between. All the life forms are in between, below the heaven, on top of the ground, which means in between. So everything, all the life forms are in between. So they focus a lot. They revere, they respect on the Qian and the Kun. Okay, it's actually called Tian and Di in the past. Okay, apparently they come up with more classical word called, that's why called Qian and Kun. So the Qian and the Kun, what does it mean? Okay, so now you see, in the past people actually are looking at this natural forces. So the Qian is one of the natural creation from the heaven. In the past, people believe in that okay, so and it becomes very mystical to them because nobody goes to the heaven, as in fly to the heaven. So they're all very mystical about the heaven. Wow, so vast, so big. And the earth is flat. At the time was like that. So apparently, heaven and earth are the key trigrams in the 8 trigram, and the whole 8 trigrams forms a early heaven trigram. Heard about early heaven trigram before? Type a yes if you have heard of early heaven trigram. Type a yes if you have . Hey, what's with the panda? Panda Okay, I'm okay . Any question you just throw in, okay, about Yi Jing. Today's topic is about very light about Yi Jing. So maybe to friends who don't know Yi Jing, it's a good time. For friends who want to get familiar with Yi Jing, then today you can start to get a bit more familiar . So what do you understand about earlier heaven? Hey, response lah. Okay, me talking alone can be quite boring. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So tell me what do you understand by early heaven? Early heaven, same thing. Yes. What do you mean by earlier heaven? It means space with virgin galactic. Yeah, my wife. All these are my wife. Okay. So what do you mean earlier heaven? Come. Earlier heaven. Earlier heaven means what? The sun come out early. Is it? Later heaven means the sun set in the sunset. Come, you know earlier heaven now? Okay, good. Nobody don't know, right? Very good. All my students they know. Okay. So earlier heaven means the earlier trigram, no? Later heaven means after the early, which is later, the later trigram, which are different. The trigrams are the same, the positions are different, and they are used very differently. Okay. Okay. So we try and go into in depth of that today, make it a bit lighter. But the key thing is this: in the earlier heaven trigram, all chi are in balance. That's why they come out with this verse. Okay. In Chinese, they call it 天地定位雷则天地定位雷what水火不天地定位三则通气雷风相搏水火不相射 yeah for once just jammed it. Okay, so it means that means to say the heaven and the earth are in balance, the lake and the mountain trigrams are in balance, the thunder and the wind trigrams are in balance, and also the fire and the water trigrams are in balance. Okay, so that's why it's so important that these are in balance, and the starting of the boss of the balance are actually Qian and Kun. Okay, so apparently Christina is lost. So apparently you just have to know, okay, the heaven and the earth starts the world in their context. Okay, 天地定位, the positioning of the heaven and the earth comes together, creates all life form. If you don't understand that, you just treat it as this. The Qian is the male, the Kun is the female. The male and the female comes together, they patao, they date, they got married, they come together and they go and give birth to children and they form a family. They come together and start new life. So Qian, male, Kun, female come together, 天地定位, and the whole life force starts from there onwards. So it's the same meaning. I just put in a very layman term for you. Okay, father, mother come together and form a family and give new lives by having new children. Okay. So 天地定位, these are it's an old word they used to present it, but it just means as simple as that. Okay, male female come together, form a family. So now, with this very fact, and if these two 8 becomes 64 hexagram, each of them can tell a story there. So today I'm going to use another story to tell, because 64 hexagram got a flow, but I definitely cannot talk about each of the 64 in tonight. For those friends who have joined my class, we tried, right? I think I can talk for 5 hours and I can't finish all the 64, right? So we cut short into a more simpler form. Today I'm going to zoom down to 3 of the most important hexagram that a lot of people are interested to know more, especially those who are playing the stock options. Who play stocks down here, or who plays in the market down here? Anybody? Okay, so who are into the tradings, the options, the value investments, the technical analysis, the buying of shares, forex? Who are your type of me here? 5 hours, more like 5 days. Okay, so you need to know this cycle of these few hexagram. Okay, in the ancient past, they talk about also the growth. It is all because of it starts in this way. Every how should I put it? Every single cycle, whether it's human, a company, a group, a team, an individual, a family, any damn thing. they always need to pick up small momentums at the beginning. So that's why there's this called small accumulation. Apparently, with enough accumulation, it leads to fulfillment. So this is a story to tell. No? In the 64 hexagram, they start with Qian Gua as a hexagram, then the Kun Gua, and then so on and so forth. So apparently, when we talk about after the small accumulation, until you're able to sustain a life, to buy the things that you want, you feel more fulfilling. And as the fulfillment comes along, that's the growth. And in a growth, we always love growth. As long as the thing is in the direction that we want, whether it's for health, for independence, for for learning, for anything. Okay, even in the 12 cycles, the 12长生 the 12 growth cycle 长生沐浴灵 and 冠灵 all these 12 growth stages are also talking about the stage of going up then coming down. 长生沐浴灵冠长生沐冠 yeah. So all these 12 cycles, they are also talking about the stages of each of a cycle where it goes up will come down. So we talk about the going up first. So in the growth after able to have small accumulation, where a person starts to be able to sustain their livelihood and buy the things that they want and they feel fulfilling, they will want to continue that momentum. They will want to continue that momentum in that stage, so as to keep growing. So that growing is also apparently you will reach to a hexagram after the fulfillment hexagram. Okay, 天泽履卦, you will reach to this 卦 called 地天泰卦. Today is Tai Gua day, right? Is it? If I'm not wrong, today is it? Go and check. I think today is also prosperity hexagram. That's why I do prosperity. Okay, anyway, so it goes in this way. Upon the fulfillment hexagram, as one gains momentum, that leads to prosperity. That's why it's called 地天泰, the Tai. Okay, do you know why the earth on top, heaven below is called a Tai Gua? Anybody can guess? If those from my class one, those not from my class one, you make a guess. Okay, from my class one, you should know what. Okay, or if you want to guess, okay, guess. Okay, why earth on top, heaven below is called a Tai Gua? Have you asked yourself this reason or not? Okay, it is very important to know because every single trigram, the way they position means something. Not that they pluck the bananas from the tree and then they call it banana by chance. No, there's a reason for it. Okay, why is that prosperity? And by the way, the other way around, no, 地天 is Tai, earth on top, heaven below is a prosperity. However, if the other way around, heaven on top, earth below, that's a stagnation. 天地痞卦. How come? Earth on top is prosperity. Then heaven on top is stagnation. Apa? So you might start to ask the question, why do they do that? Have you ever wondered why do they try to call this Tai Gua? For what reason? You want to know the reason? Type a yes if you want to know. That's how we study Yi Jing back in my day one. Okay, every single gua there must be a reason why it was drawn that way and why it says that hexagram because of the way they position the trigram. It is in that way, or else you think what I happily call it like that and it drops to the sky. No. Okay. You see, how to define prosperity? You type down and tell me now. How you define in your word? How you define in your layman word prosperity? Let's say as a country, prosperity as a country. How would you define that in your layman term? You tell me. I drink water. In that way, you will understand the fastest by understanding in your own words. So in your own words, what does prosperity as a country means to you? Prosperity as a dynasty, prosperity as a country. Prosperity means have growth in terms of power and wealth. in terms of trade, in terms of security, in terms of peacefulness of the people, in terms of the intelligence, the education of the system in the country. Yeah, okay, yeah. Uman says peaceful, rich, and resourceful. Yeah, it's as simple as that. I agree. So now, for that to happen, can you do it alone as a country, or you need to do it with exchanges within, among in the country? People must do trading, exchanges. I help you, you help me. I pay money, I get the stuff from you. You produce, I buy from you. So this kind of exchanges must be there, right? Can I just produce stuff and I don't sell and I will be prosperous? So individuals within the country needs to be trading, needs to be exchanging, needs to be doing something so that I buy from you, you buy from me. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. And even between countries or between the provinces in a country, we need to do a lot of exchanges. Do you agree? Only when things are exchanging, the chi can flow. So now, if the chi has to be exchanging to flow in order to make it prosper for a situation, then that's why you have earth on top, heaven below lah. Okay, that means to say, you see, the earth is on top. The upper is a kun gua. Kun gua is as yin chi. Yin chi always goes down. Below as qian gua. Qian gua is yang chi. Yang chi always goes up. When the yin and the yang goes against one another, they are exchanging, they are interacting. Through the exchanging of the yin and the yang, in this way, chi can exchange, they interchange, they form life forces and harmonizing situations for prosperous results. That's the reason why I call it 地天泰 ma. There's an exchange ma, just like country prosperity ma. We can't just do things for ourselves. If everybody are just looking after ourselves, the country is dead. I help you, you help me. You work for me, I pay you money. I pay you money, you give me your products. These are all called exchanges. No? So only when things can exchange, things can flow. That's why it's called prosperity gua. So in the stock market, we always like to see it going up. Prosperity, okay, the growth. So everything going up, that is a good thing. So, but going up on the good will be good lah. Okay. So now you understand? Type a yes if you roughly got an idea. Type a yes if you roughly got an idea. When things exchange, that's why there's a chance for prosperity. Then it can prosper lor. Okay, so prosperity, prosperity, if you got this hexagram, okay, where is this hexagram? When you do your plot, when you are seeing favorable, when you do a plot or a reading and the prosperity is favorable, it means to see, that means if it's favorable, it is good. It is good, and usually it pertains to this. You see, underneath the earth, there's a metal. When you say underneath the earth there's a metal, it means to say below the soil there are valuables, there are gold. And when you can discover that, it means you got a good money opportunity, you got good chance, you may have windfalls, you got good discovery, you got valuable assets underlying on your table. So when you see a prosperity hexagram, it means you can go ahead with your plan because the opportunity are there, the wealth opportunities are very near. So proceed according to plan if it is favorable. Normally, if it's favorable, it also means you work with people to get the right support. You help them to help you. You scratch their back so that they scratch your back. Exchange. Okay, that's how it works. And when you got a favorable prosperity hexagram, it also means this: you help people, you help them to help you. You cannot be just folding your hands and wait things to happen. If you wait things to happen, then it is just going to be very wasteful an opportunity when you have favorable and you're doing nothing. So it means to help people to get help back. So the potential for greatness is there. So in the ancient text it says, do not retreat. Do not retreat. Okay, and rather exercise patience exercise patience to move ahead as needed. Okay, why? Why does it say so in that way? Because you really have to stay on with the game, proceed in order to unearth all the opportunities that's lying under the ground. Metal below, heaven below earth. Heaven is metal, earth is the ground. Okay, but you have to exercise impartiality, because heaven and earth, they are both the same level. An elder man and an elder lady, they are both the same level. So that means you must exercise the balancing, the impartial discipline when doing stuff with people. It cannot be I like you, I don't like you, I try to be doing favoritism and kind of stuff. Don't do that. If the prosperity hexagram that you have casted for yourself is unfavorable, it means that the returns are not seen now. So you have to plan yourself for a longer journey. You don't plan for a short journey, a quick one that in the end you are like stuck, and because either you eject out from the situation and you are at a loss, or you plan for a longer one, you got a chance to recoup your potential loss. If it's unfavorable, it means you have to plan for a longer journey. If it's unfavorable, it also, in the ancient text, it says uh, one cannot seize what is ahead, because earth covers the value. Earth covers the value. Earth on top of heaven. Heaven is matter. Matter is value. It covers, and that means obscuration ahead. It means obscuration ahead. So with the obscuration ahead, that means your problem. You cannot see what's ahead, and if you are not careful, you will be open to a lot of unwanted challenges, which will just put you out of the game. Okay, so when it's unfavorable, it also means this pursuing of this subject matter will leads to problem. What one person needs to do is really, if you confirm that you have to move ahead when you see unfavorable, move with caution, and move in a way that you are able to stay in the game and not just be cut off. Okay, and also the prosperity means exchanges. If you do not exchange, that is a selfish act, and selfish act is in accordance to Yi Jing, will leads you to nowhere and to regrets. So when you see the prosperity, you would want to consider be more giving in the right way. Do not be selfish, because ungratefulness and selfishness is not welcome. It's definitely not welcome. So and one of the unfavorable description of a prosperity hexagram is this dark period ahead. So the remedy is always this. According to the text, it describes this hexagram prosperity, not good prosperity, the unfavorable. You need to overcome it. So the way to overcome this is this: do not be impatient. Do not be impatient, as the results are not seen that soon. So do you recall that last year when COVID strikes in March, the whole shares tumble by how many percent? Anybody knows? A lot, huh? Even Nasdaq, everywhere the shares tumble until like they quite turn call. Okay, and then a lot of people starts to panic and they sell off. Imagine the time if you didn't sell off. Now you will recover a huge, you may have even gained back. Correct or not? So that time, a handful of my friends also got prosperity unfavorable, and they did exercise patience, and now they are a bit regretful. But well, you can only look ahead lah. Okay, so when you see unfavorable for prosperity, do not be impatient. That's the rule number one, because results will not come so soon. And then the next thing that you can do is this: clear your personal energy and obscuration by doing this. Help others, serve other people. So that when you serve other people, you help them so that you will be helped also. Not that you ask for help with the intention to help people. No, you just give. And time will come that people will observe you, they will extend their hands over to you. Okay, so and when you are in that period, the remedy also is to cultivate trust with people, so that they know that you're doing this out of from your heart and not with ulterior motives behind. Okay, so if you need help, ask for help. But if you have been offending people along the way in the past, then you need to patch that up first, or else nobody will be willing to lend their hand to you. Okay, so and during an unfavorable prosperity, if you are leading a team, you should take note of this, how to maintain order and peace among the people, so that you prevent it from sliding further downwards. So that's why in ancient texts they define as the way to remedy for a unfavorable prosperity. Okay, Li Kyok asks, how do you tell it's favorable or unfavorable? There are many ways. Okay, you have to learn the divination ways to do plotting. 文王卦, 梅花梅树 plum blossom. Okay, plum blossom 梅花易数. Okay, or all this, so as to know how to plot in order to tell favorable or not. Just by the hexagram itself, you do the card, you see that, you cannot tell, no? Okay, so some people are very creative, because they use the poker card. I also have a poker card. Yeah, let me get a poker card. Okay, I also have a poker card. I bought this from Taobao. It cost me less than $2 Sing. And the card got this way one. So people take this way as favorable, this way as unfavorable. Also can if you define that way. Okay. So now you there are many ways, but the more authentic ways for me, I actually use the divination method, which I actually teach all my students. A lot of my students here. Human, Jason, Augustine, all this. Okay, they know okay, don't know for them. Okay, but the growth, you have to take note of one thing. All shares goes up. One fine day, it will what? Whatever goes up will come down. Even in the growth, 12 stages of growth, the 12长生, those up will also come down. So that's why in Yi Jing, okay, that is why after going up must come down. Okay, that's why we have this卦called the stuck. I call it the stuck. Okay, it is the 12 trigrams in the 64. It is called the stuck because everything goes up must come down. So now this stuck卦, or in a more formal word, actually it's called 天地痞卦. Okay, it's called 痞. Okay, so why is it called the stuck卦? Very obvious, the other way around. Because the prosperity, kun on top, heaven below can interact, the chi can interact. Now with the other way around, heaven on top, the yang chi goes up, kun below, the yin chi goes down, so the chi will be going this way. So that means what? They are not meeting, and when the chi are not meeting, there's no interaction. When there's no interaction, it means stuck, jam, stagnation is the proper word. Now you got it? Oh, actually, that's why Yi Jing is very amazing when you understand it from their core fundamentals. Why they put the qian on top and the kun below? Isn't qian and kun, qian on top, kun below, the nature? How come they put it as stagnation? Now you know lah. Because the chi is dead. Because there's no interaction. The chi goes opposite direction. If you learn so far, if you learn something, type a 1. If you learn something here, type a 1, so that I know that you are gaining some knowledge. And for friends who are going up and down in the cycles, good luck, bad luck, rich, the wealth go up, but the wealth come down, the stock price go up, but the stock price come down. It's all up and down. The only question is up and down in a manner that fits the nature, the cyclic nature, then it makes sense. Or else up and down for what? Viking. Okay, so now, so apparently you will have the stagnation. So what goes up must come down, and that's the coming down part is the part where people usually doesn't like. But you must see what is coming down, ma. Let's put it this way, lah. Your debt goes up. Apparently your debt come down. Very good. So you must see the subject matter, okay? But in the long story, it says growth. After that got stuck. That's all. Okay. Growth. After that got stuck because things cannot forever be in a growing stage. Okay. In the 12 stages, right, after the 地旺 is 衰, right, after 地旺 is 衰, okay, so it's the same thing. So everything goes up must come down, just like stock, just like health, just like anything. So when end of the day, if you see a stagnation that is favorable, possible stagnation that is favorable. Now, stagnation hexagram can be favorable or unfavorable from your plot. Okay, from your plot, due from the information of the Yao. So if the stagnation is favorable, you wonder, what does it mean? Stagnation can also mean favorable. It's like stagnation, who say cannot be favorable? For example, stagnation means in that position, okay, it can also mean down. So the down can be your debt also. The down can be your weight if you're going for weight loss. Okay, but anyway, in the ancient text, when they say stagnation as favorable, it usually means this. Number one, short success are possible. So you must take position and profit from it and avoid a long battle. So that means go for a more quick in, quick out. So for those friends who plot your divination casting, you ask a question regarding stock. You see stagnation but favorable. It means go for a quick in, quick out. Okay? Don't say, market gets stuck. No. Favorable always means short success. Go in quick, come out fast. Okay, and take position, avoid long battle. Okay? 不要夜长梦多, okay? So that you're able to gain from it, that situation. Okay. And also stagnation, if it's favorable, number two, it also can mean choose carefully what you are doing, and based on those that you have chosen to do, you have to proceed only if you have the right resources. You have to be extra careful, not that you do not go ahead, but careful in what you are doing. Be more selective, be according to your objectives, according to your prioritization. You choose what you need to do, and you only proceed when you got the right support. Maybe support from your boss, maybe you go in when you only got the money. Don't borrow money and buy the stock and shares. You do it when you are rightfully supported. That's what it means by a good stagnation hexagram. It can also means this, if it's good, that you have to prepare to pay a price so that you make sure your journey that you're going to take is worth the take. Okay, prepare to pay a price, but you're going to be embarked in a journey, but the outcome is still way more worth compared to if you don't proceed ahead. So you need to proceed lah. Don't hide, okay? But if you proceed, you have to prepare to pay a price, and you are, if it's favorable, that means at the end of the journey, your results will be okay. That's how it's being read. If it's favorable, you want some more? I can go on and on until last time teacher forced us to study, okay. You want some more? Want some more? Yes. If it's enough, then enough. Because I don't know whether it's useful for you or not. So stagnation can mean good. Stagnation can mean good. You all want more? Okay. Let's talk one more. If stagnation is good, it means that you have to hold on to your belongings and possessions closely. So that means if you say you are traveling, if let's say if you're traveling, if you are somehow your friends ask you, can you borrow me some money? I want you to borrow me. Can you lend me some money? Then you see a stagnation that is favorable. I think you better hold on to it. Don't borrow. don't lend out to your friend, okay? Because it says hold on to it closely. Close. Don't let it off. Okay. A stagnation, also good stagnation also means this with encountering the right people, you are able to gain the support. You must find the right nobleman to gain the support so that you can get out from the situation and avoid being stuck. It means that also. That means you're already stuck. How? You must open your mouth, ask around for help, and if you ask for 100 people, nobody bothers about you. You have to reflect on your we call it 人缘, your network connection. If you ask around, and somehow or other people will be willing to offer, and you need to find your nobleman to get you out from the situation. You need to garner your support right in order to get you out from that sticky situation. Okay, so ask for help to get out, but still got hope. It's favorable. Okay, so that is for yeah, I think it's time. Let's go for unfavorable. Okay, unfavorable stagnation is very clear cut. It just means the unscrupulous and the dishonorable are flourishing. 奸人当道. Okay, you know, so 奸人当道. The dark force are actually holding the power. Okay, so that's why the unscrupulous and the dishonorable are flourishing up, and the righteous one is going through a tough time, even into prison. That's what the old texts are describing it as. So that means what? You are stuck with the metal on top of you that's very powerful, pressing on the earth below, the soft soil. Metal on top, heaven is metal, earth below, so it is a soft soil, so it's very tough. So far you don't like to hear what you're saying. Give me a love and light. I need some love and light. Okay, come. Okay, come. You need some love and light. Okay, so this is what we meant by hard metal on the soft soil, pressing you down, suppressing you. 奸人当道. Okay, the powerful is in power. So that's the reason how you would want to avoid in order to be at. Okay, you want to avoid to be at. Okay, so now if the stagnation, it also means one thing. Stagnation also means one thing, that is your stubbornness will lead to a long, tiring battle. Your stubbornness will lead you to a long, tiring battle. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, so avoid a long battle if it's unfavorable. If you can, get up quick. But it's unfavorable, that means if you, for example, I want to buy this stock, I want to embark onto this project, I want to join this company, or no, company is too long, or I want to go on this staycation, for example. You see a stagnation that is unfavorable, that means stubbornness will lead to a long, tiring journey. So avoid being stubborn, listen to advice. There will be a better. Yeah, okay. So usually it also means one thing, that is the bargain is not worth for you. The bargain is not worth for you. So it already tells you, but if you choose to carry on, then 后果自负 call it. You see, you are responsible for your own results. But the 卦 stagnation unfavorable means it's not worth the bargain. Okay. And also it also means one thing, not doing what you are wisely told by the wise. You will bang onto the wall. Okay, just like the metal is hard meeting the soft earth. This is what ancient text it says. Ancient text. Okay, so avoid being stubborn and listen wisely to the wise. When you say listen to the wise, it doesn't mean you go and ask your best friend, you go and ask your dog, you go and ask your any damn people, and then they tell you, and you yeah, you're right. You have to ask those questions to those people that have walked your path before, that they have successfully resolved, overcome, get out of that situation before. You ask those people who have walked the path, they earn the rights to share with you. You ask those people who have not, and they answer to you doesn't mean anything to them. It's just a theory answer. So you have to be a bit more selective in who to ask in order to get out of the situation. Okay. Now, a stagnation that's unfavorable also means this. When stagnation you see is unfavorable, it means that the 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 influencer will overrule you down the road. That means it's still the same lah. Maybe they are in par with somebody. You are going to challenge this guy for a legal lawsuit. Maybe you challenge this guy, and you want to challenge him in the meeting boardroom. Okay, and you see a stagnation unfavorable. That means that if the guy will gain influence in the challenge that you want to face with him. Okay, so that means don't go against it. Hold. You shall hold back and come back and live and fight a better war in the next day. Okay, so don't just go ahead because of ego or impulsiveness. Yes, we are all human beings, but the Gua says so lah, so you decide. Okay, so and also when it is unfavorable, it also means time to let go. When you have to let go, do not hold on to it and make and you torment your own self, because end of the day, as the saying goes, when you are angry with the person for an issue, end of the day you are the one holding the person in your thought, and you're going to slap yourself because of you holding that person in your mind. That's called torturing yourself. Don't do that. Okay, so stagnation that's unfavorable means you have to let go, or else you got a problem with yourself and it's not going to be helpful. It will consume you, and it will make you lose sight of the more valuable stuff, and you lose two times then. Or you lose two times. Okay, you lost sight of the current, and you lost sight of grasping the right opportunity to get out. So avoid that path if you can. So the remedy for stagnation, or the stuck, I call it, is this: usually try to be less stubborn. Okay, and also the second thing is try to avoid long battles, avoid long overhauling fights with people, because it's not going to be helpful. If you can, go for quick fix. Go and take a look now, take and go and move on. Okay, don't avoid the situation of slow moving unless you have no choice. Then if you have no choice, then try to stock up your resources for the journey, for the involvement, for the battle. Then you are going to be safer. You're going to be safer. Okay, if you can, look for some godfather who can help you in your company. Look for somebody influential that can help you in your path lah. Okay, so far do you find this practical or not? I didn't call you to wear red color underwear to feel heng on what. So these are all the practical aspects in Yi Jing that you can apply it now in your life. Okay, so you have to do that, and you have to do that so as to make things workable for you. Okay, so far any question? Give some love and like if you find this beneficial to you. Okay. Okay, so any questions so far? A blue with green stripe. Wow, Human, you only remember that story for me. Some people challenged me in the past about Yi Jing. Then I challenged him, I guess the person's underwear color. He was like, what color? The guy? Blue with green stripes. Or green tint, I call it. Okay, so any questions so far? Come. And ask me any questions if you have. So that you see, everything goes up must come down. Everything goes up must come down. So end of the day, come down already, then what? Now we come down already, you are at your rock bottom. So what is the thing you will do when you are at your rock bottom? You tell me lah. You tell me, or give me some love and I'll tell you lah. Come. What is the thing that you will do when you're at your rock bottom? Let me drink some water. Come, tell me, just sit down. Any answers from the floor? What you will do when you're stuck? Any answers from the floor? I'm asking. looking for practical answers. No, yes, and then, yes, you need to reset. But assuming you are stuck in a company situation where you are being thrown, you are being maligned, you are being belittled, or let's say you lose money in the stock option, or you are stuck in a situation that any past that you've been through that's low. What is the first thing that you did? Wow, how come it's getting so blurred? What is the first thing that you will do when you are in your low, very low rock bottom? Now, you tell me. What will you do? Jason says reset. Okay, what about the rest? Hey, you're all so quiet. So quiet makes this session no fun, you know. Don't know what to say, then you give me a love. Okay. Okay. This is called Li Gua. Okay, give love is called Li Gua. Li. Okay, Human say, Marcus, my question, what goes up must come down. So how do we decide how long or how down? There are many ways, depending on what situation you're at, okay? When you are in the game, when we don't like situation, we need to find ways out. And there are many ways that you can get out. Woman, you have already attended my class, so you would have know how to do divination to gain clarity and to position based on what action to take and what timeline to take. So you are lucky. As for how down is down, normally normally I will do that also in my stock option. How low is the low depending on the time frame of my question, so that I manage to lock the time frame and within the time frame what is the best spot that I can probably grasp. So it is very important. We will never know until we see it has gone up. Seriously, if you ask me a practical question, we will never know how low can the low be until we see it going up. We are out to be human now. We are not out to be some powerful people where you can foresee stuff and then in the end, yeah, it must be like that. No, we are not out to do prediction. We are out to do forecasting. So forecasting means forecasting a certain level of probability on the forecasting. That means there's a chance things will go either way. Okay, so we never know until things goes up. Seriously, if you ask me now, okay. Okay, Pokim say pick up yourself and humble down and bring things and do things that people don't do, you do. Okay. Mel says just do anything to survive. Christina says reflect and find solutions. Okay. In our past, the how our Zhou Wenwang he defined is when you go up, there'll be a point you'll come down. And come down until maybe until rock bottom or quite until coming down already. Then how to get out, get up, turn the tide over, that is usually it follows by this thing called the like-minded people. You see, when we are at rock bottom, we cannot do it ourselves. We need to overcome it by finding like-minded people to help us, to go along with us, to face with us on this issue. That's why when like-minded people means who thinks alike with you or who understands you. So when you're at a rock bottom, it's always good to find like-minded people so that you gain clarity, you gain strength, you gain the confidence to move one more step ahead to turn the tide over. In Yi Jing, right, after the stagnation gua, it's actually called the fellowship gua. Okay, 天火同人. After 地天泰 will be 天地痞, then followed by 天火同人卦. 同人卦 means what? Fellowship. Very nice, the way they paint the story. So that means what? Only when you're able to do with somebody together, you are not alone, you'll be less suicidal, you will be having chance to gain confidence if you find the like-minded people. Like-minded means not everybody cry together. No. It's like-minded means those who are able to think in sync with you, and if they have gone through the path, it's even better. They got experience to come. Let me get you out. Okay. It's just like recently when our Olympic swimmer Joseph, he won gold medal in the previous Olympic, and in this this Olympic, he even fall out at the hips. A lot of people start to write very nasty words online, and I think it is very unfair to him also. When he bring us glory, we only cheer. But when he fell down once now, people will just step on him. To him, it's so important that people show him the appreciation, the support. At least he is not. It's definitely not a good feeling, right? So the best we can do is at least have some empathy, have some in sync understanding of this is not going to be easy. At least he can go to Olympic, and represent the country. So try not to say things which will pin down a person, especially during that stage. Okay, so that's what we mean by what if around him, Joseph has a lot of like-minded people that can help him to gain back his confidence, then he'll be able to come back to fight another good day, right? Correct. So that's how we do. So in ancient texts we call it fellowship, like-minded people. It is just like this. You see, 天火同人 is really like how should I put it? You see, the 离卦, the fire is below. The fire is below, the heaven is on top. So fire below, heaven on top, 天火同人卦. Why heaven on top and fire below leh? You see, fire is about what? Fire is about connection. Fire is about connection. Fire is about feeling good over. Fire is about feeling good, about connection. Over what? Heaven, which is metal, which is called also gold, or also can be called as value, or also can be called as importance, or also as significance. So you're connecting over something that's of a common significance, a common goal. So when you can find common goals, that's why fire below, heaven on top means common goal. You're able to work towards a common goal with who? The like-minded people. Who? Fellowship. Now you got it. So don't walk your path alone when you are down. Find friends, find people that can understand, in sync with you, understand your situation, and be able to pull you out. So that when it's your turn to pull people out, you do your part. Okay. So fellowship, it means that. Okay. So and in the stock option, if you have experienced high and until you earn 2-3 times more, and it's been a bottom low where you lose 6 figures suddenly, I think it's good to be mingling around with community, with like-minded people in the community, so as you play your shares along well, you play your shares along in a way that you avoid having a blind side or put all eggs in the wrong basket in your options or your shares trading. So we are trying to avoid what the two extremes. Prosperity being the peak, stagnation being the rock bottom. Work with like-minded people so that you are walking the middle path in whatever you are doing. So people around us, the fellowship can really help a lot in bringing us out of situation. But the key part is you have to find the right-minded people, those that are in sync with you. Okay, so this is how Yi Jing tells a story. And today I only talk about technically only 2 卦, the prosperity and the stagnation. Okay, so how do you find this? Is it interesting and amazing? This is storytelling. So now you gain some insights. Number 1, prosperity also got good and bad. Stagnation also got good and bad. And after prosperity leads to stagnation, and then followed by fellowship. Only when you went through high and low, then you can find good buddies. Friends who only with you at the high and not at the low, they are not good buddies. Only when they stick with you through high and low, then it leads to like-minded people. Anta, okay, your good buddies. So that's why Yi Jing also plays it in that way, so that and this is only the fellowship is the 13th of the 64. Okay, so yeah, and this is how the story is being told. Okay, so hope that today you have roughly gained at least the insights for the 2 hexagram. Okay, any questions so far? Yeah, if got no question, give me love and like or share, so that at least you tell your friends. Yi Jing is really the practical, not so what hantu here, hantu there, and kind of so many paranormal here and there. No, it's as practical as what I've just told you. Okay, and it's used to guide people out of situations, and to live their life and to follow the cyclic nature of events as practical as possible on the ground. Okay, so this is about Yi Jing. Okay, so now you see, um, I'm actually going to teach a lot more about Yi Jing in my classes. So I'm going to go through in my coaching class. I'm going to prepare a series of all these definitions for all my students in my coaching class. Okay, which I just graduated from my Yi Jing divination class. Hey, you all like my Yi Jing divination class, right? For those who like my class, type yes. Okay, you join my Yi Jing class. I'm going to go through more of this with them, and these are all very practical stuff. Okay, so if you wish to join in to have access of all this information, you very easy. You just join in and enroll into my class will do. Okay, Jason, Human. Okay, what about the rest? Who is around? Okay, okay, yeah, okay, okay. So I'm planning for my divination class somewhere in maybe in late November. Okay, when times are out, I will announce it. So if you are one of those friends who are interested, do come and grab. Okay, yes, thank you, Jason, Human, and Esther, and Saikan. Okay, yeah, these are all my wonderful participants, students in my class I just finished the class last week. Okay, so now remember, always a hexagram itself is innocent. It only has a story. The Yao actually tells a lot more on in the rightful position or not, or his stories. So normally also when and I use that same approach of the hexagram in into many aspects in life, and one of them are mobile numbers. So if you're one of those friends who are interested to know how come mobile number I can apply hexagram and what it tells about us in our life, do sign up for this. Okay, where it's going to be 90 minutes where I'm going to show you the power of numbers. The power of numbers, how much it says about you until you're like blown off. Okay, so if you're interested to do that, just come in. Okay, so I got another group of friends, so enroll on this if you're interested. I think the next session is on the 11th. For those friends who are my MRI student, you do need to join this. You are already on your way to guruship. Okay, okay, join my coaching class soon. I'm planning for one. Okay, and for those friends who have been through with me, have attended this Unleash the Power of Numbers, and you are considering to change mobile number, you just have to do this. Okay, okay, confirm by tonight, and I'll probably discount you off. Okay, I'll go through a discount if you confirm by tonight. Only for those who've been through with us and know what's happening. For those who don't know what's happening about this, don't WhatsApp to us. Okay, because I'm not gonna explain to you what is it about everything to WhatsApp and to convince you, because only if you've been through, then you find this appropriate, then we will throw this offer to you. Because you've been through the 2 hours, you've been through the consult with us, and you know what's happening. For those friends who are not, forget about this. Okay, so now if you're interested, sign up this. Any questions so far? Now let's go back to my slide. Yeah. Any question on Yi Jing? Hope that you like today. Okay, and hope that you are able to gain practical knowledge of hexagram. Okay, so any questions on hexagram that you want to ask? So now you see prosperity, don't always clap hand. When you see stagnation, don't always frown. Because it needs to see the Yao to determine good or bad. Okay, any other question? Like, mail me or question? Got any question that you want to ask? I will try to answer your questions. Okay. So far, yeah, I am compiling this. Okay, I'm compiling this 64 for you, especially for my lovely students. Okay. I got friends who strike 4D when they apply the divination. I got another friend who strike the 4D today again. After the mobile number change. I mean, this is not the purpose, but at least this kind of news, you feel more inspired that certain things are possibly working. Okay, okay, all right. If there's no questions, then I'll call it a day. Give me some love, give me some like. The most important thing is you stay safe, and in this time of the situation, especially Malaysia, Singapore, and some countries in Asia, especially so, watch out. Okay, and try to protect yourself and your family. Okay, thanks for trusting in me for those friends who have joined my class, and thanks for joining if you've stayed through. This is Marcus from S Metaphysics. Okay, take care, stay safe, bye bye.